I'm Kyle Martin. I'm the curator here at the Stark Center. I wrote, designed, and installed our two newest exhibits, The Beat of a Different Drum, which is about the Frank Erwin Center, and Coaching Greatness, Jody Conradt. The idea behind these exhibits sort of came about when Texas Athletics and the President's Office approached the Stark Center to be an on-campus partner for the SEC celebration. It was this big campus-wide party back on June 30th that celebrated Texas Athletics entering the Southeast Conference. And when we thought about what we might be able to do in our participation, I was driving in and watching the Frank Erwin Center go through its deconstruction almost piece by piece. It was slowly disappearing or eroding from the cityscape. And as a lifelong Austinite and a big-time basketball fan, I'd interacted with the Frank Erwin Center in a lot of different ways. And I knew so many Austinites also had their own connections and memories of the building. And so it seemed really important that we preserve that history and tell the story of the Frank Erwin Center here in the Stark Center galleries. An easy companion piece to the Frank Erwin Center story is the career of Jody Conradt, who was the legendary women's basketball coach at Texas. Jody and her team most notably achieved the first ever perfect season in women's college basketball history. It was in 1986. They went 34-0, and they beat Cheryl Miller and the Trojans from USC in the national championship game. Working on these exhibits became really personal for me very quickly. I'm a big basketball fan. I was a basketball player. And my love of hoops comes from my mother, who played high school basketball and was her team's leading scorer and captain. She played before Title IX, so she didn't go on to have any sort of collegiate career, although she might have been able to. But when I came around, she was the head coach of all of my youth league teams. She also regularly attended the fantasy camps that Coach Conrad would run, and she was a regular season ticket holder during the 1980s. So Jody Conradt was already a household name for me. And I knew that in telling this story, it was really important that I go beyond just the on-court victories and celebrate what it was about Jody and her players that really brought an electricity to the game of basketball and to the Frank Erwin Center. What I hope viewers take away from this exhibit is a new appreciation for the culture that was cultivated by Coach Conradt. She and her players certainly had to justify their existence as female athletes, especially in the early years, but they also had to grow the game here in Austin, and they were really successful at that. From 1986 to 1991, Texas women's basketball was the NCAA's leading attendance holders, and in 1989, they had their best season attendance-wise. They averaged about 8,500 fans per game. And amongst those 8,500 fans were regular celebrities. Governor Ann Richards and Congresswoman Barbara Jordan were huge Lady Longhorn fans, and they were always seen courtside. The Stark Center's open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. There's no charge for admission, and everyone is always welcome in our spaces. I hope you'll come check out our new exhibits as well as some of the old ones soon. Thanks for watching this video. Hook 'em horns.